It's sad, but I'm never really that connected to, not to Chewbacca, yes, but not the actor. Because we still have Chewbacca. We got the young guy. But when I saw, that scene in The Empire Strikes Back when Darth Vader takes Han Solo, and he accepts that he's going to be taken and frozen. And while he's in cuffs, he looks at Chewie and he says, "The princess, you have to take care of her."
Yeah.
So I saw that because she's dead too. So I was like, oh, man, that one really got me.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, keeping up with the Geek Bros.
Yes. Keeping up with the Geek Bros podcast, episode 63. I'm your host, Vibe.
Darth Flex.
Jotaro.
Allegedly. And thanks for tuning in. We are excited. Before we get into today's episode, Darth Flex, social media, you fine, rugged man, you.
Absolutely. So for our beautiful listeners out there, you can find us at on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKB.
What the hell is that?
Wow.
I was getting excited.
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S. You can also check us out on Facebook. That's facebook.com/geekbros with a 0. Once again, if you'd like to email us, send us some cool stuff, nudes. You can check us out on Geek Bros with a 0 at yahoo.com. It's kind of a trend here. It's all Geek Bros with a 0.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
You can find the first place to find us.
The first place!
WeBeGeeksPC.com. Oh, and if you want to see what we actually look like, sound like, and where we're coming from, or Joe's really awkward, is he coming or something?
I don't know. That or he's
That's
something.
weird. Okay. So you got to check us out on YouTube.com. Web Studios. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS.
Perfect.
Would you stop that?
I'm going to. Okay, before we go, let's get this snapshot real quick, gentlemen. Just give me that pose, that sensual pose. Stop looking around like you're dealing drugs, man. Jesus, my God. All right, picture. You get it? I like it. Fantastic. All right, so we're gonna get into comments and questions from you, the audience. I've actually did a little bit better now, where I can differentiate between the different social medias. I group them all into little categories, so I don't have to keep jumping around the place. Our first Facebook comment comes from Bryson Jones. He was referring to
that's a cool name.
Post.
It's a cool name, Bryson Jones.
Bryson
Jones.
Jones.
Cool name. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's like
I'm glad you feel that way, Bryson.
Really name.
You are your phone is admired by your name is admired by Jotaro, so I don't know what that means or how well it is or that's bad juju or anything. He says on our Geek Bros fan page, Facebook fan page, that's facebook.com/geekbros GEKBR0S. He says that's how Sonic is supposed to look. Damn, finally we posted a. Now what you guys may or may not know is that all the Geek Bros minus Jotaro, have access to the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Facebook. So we're all posting all day, every day now. And it's not just randomly whenever. So even I don't know sometimes it's posted on these channels till I look it up. And basically, one of the Geek Bros, I don't think it was me, posted that the Sonic is going to be changed based on and they showed a concept art, and that was what he was commenting on. So thanks, Bryson. I should have
access, by the way. I'm just saying.
You should, but you're in the trial period. That's a year trial period before I commission a drawing of you.
Year trial period. What am I, working for the city?
Yes, you are. You better believe it. Well, moving on to our Instagram comments. That's Instagram. That's GEEKBR0S to comment on anything or send us a message. It was, I believe, the video recap from last week's episode. Bella_Mila Thong. Okay, say it. Say it for me.
Bella Malathong.
Okay, so Bella Malathong.
I actually just finished training her.
Did you? Sent us 3 fireballs because we're smoking hot. I don't know how I feel about that, but fantastic.
I'm pretty sure she was just talking about me because I don't think you're gonna get any.
Stop. She's 8 years old.
Oh, never mind. Forget it. I didn't know that. See, I didn't know that.
because you don't because you don't read the outline. That's why.
No, I do read the outline.
Did you see that it's a cute little girl's picture?
I did not know that. No.
Because you don't read the outline.
I didn't know that part.
Actually, can I give a quick shout out to her? Actually, she's a huge supporter of the podcast. Her father is too. He actually requests that we do more podcasts.
There is no way that her father lets her listen to us.
No. Well, she sees the Instagram clips, but she doesn't see the whole podcast. But her father does the podcast. You can find him on Instagram too. It's DJ Keith Kilpatrick. Really nice guy. Huge fan of the podcast.
Oh, cool stuff.
Well, his daughter's a little beast, bro. She puts some of these professional fighters to shame.
Really? Yeah. See, she's lucky she gets trained. I've been trying to get trained by Darflex forever. But thank you so much for listening. And I want to say that I did try and get the Geek Bros together for a May the 4th episode. It just never happened. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't do it. I gave up on trying to ask. So, not my fault. I actually could email anybody that wants to see the outline that I wrote for May the 4th. Be with you. I actually have it. I did it. I got my happy ass out of bed and wrote an outline for a Geek Bro event that never happened. So,
you didn't send it to me.
Huh? I didn't send it to anybody because you guys weren't gonna do it. Nobody wanted to do it the night before, which is what I wanted. You could only do it in the morning, nighttime. Look, whatever. So, next, I believe it was because unfortunately I posted the video recap late. I posted it yesterday, so I also posted Instagram yesterday. But for the last week's episode, Squeezy Bits, our favorite listener, he thought that the post that I made yesterday was of this week's post. So he goes, so it's been 2 weeks since Super Smash Bros. Released their...
Oh, interesting. Very flattering picture of him too, right?
Imagine if he did that like on purpose.
That's his climax. That's what he looks like when he climaxes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
We have lost Vibe. He's probably still reading. He doesn't even realize it.
Vibe is currently frozen on our screen and probably on yours too. Well, will be on yours.
Screw him. But look, something cool. Look. This is Tyrone Woodley's belt.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How did you get that? How did you even?
Wow. I'm in my office at American Top Team. Whoa.
Oh, so you're currently at work.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, for I guess we can point out that we're both currently at work, and I will be dropping any moment. That's why I keep looking around like a drug dealer.
All right, and we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. It happened here at the studio. I completely blame Joe. I don't know what he did, but anytime Joe is on there and he uses his phone or he's acting all weird, things go wrong. So we're still in audience participation. I think I was about to get down to where Squeezy Bits actually doubles down on his comment and sends us a message because he's taking it really personally now. He goes, so you're going to skip out on how Super Smash Bros. Released their first DLC, which included Persona 5 soundtrack, stage, and the Joker. Also, how Nintendo had to clean up all the penis-shaped custom stages online. So,
hold on, time out. Joker's in the game?
Joker's in the game, apparently. But
I don't.
Yeah, apparently. So, I actually said, listen, I don't have an article about this. So he actually sent me an article, so we're going to be getting into that today. So thank you, Squeezy Bits. All right, moving on to YouTube comments. Oh my God, it's from Squeezy Bits. Joe, if you guys listened to last week's episode, I was talking about something completely different, and Joe thought we were talking about Mario Kart. And so he goes, JTS, are you talking about Mario Kart? So he's kind of making fun of him. Again, Squeezy Bits, there's no more TS anymore. It's just J, I guess, because he no longer goes by the Stallion or refuses to go by the Stallion. If you want to know why, ask him. And believe it or not, we actually got our first email from geekbros@yahoo.com. It's a Subject Geek Subject Geek Bros, and it says you guys should do a Chewbacca tribute show in honor of Peter's passing. And this comes from our one of our newest listeners, Bahati, and she actually sent me a link to it. So see, I'm getting the
Is she a hottie?
Yeah.
Or is it like Bahati as in like the Indian name?
Bahati has an Indian name. An Indian name.
Thought,
What do you think I said?
No, Bahati, but I thought like, she's a hottie.
Oh, she's a hottie. Bahati's a hottie. So thanks, Bahati. We really appreciate it. She would send me a link. This is the kind of audience participation I'm talking about. I got 2 requests for 2 topics, and they gave me links for it, and I put it up there. That's what we call audience and hosts and show collaboration. I appreciate you guys. So that's it for audience participation. Again, I love that you guys are contacting us now. It's about damn time. Keep it coming. Email us. It would be my ideal world would be I get comments from Facebook, Instagram Messenger, Twitter, and email. So we're almost there, guys. I appreciate it. Keep it coming, because once you guys start showing us some like real consistent interaction, we can actually get back to all these sweet giveaways that I have back here. I'm talking about I've got giveaways galore that we've never given away. So I'm ready when you guys are. I guess since Garbanzo's not here, you'll take all of Garbanzo's stuff. But gent, I guess, tell me about your weekend. Darflex, what did you do?
This weekend I worked. I just kind of picked up the slack where I left off in that UFC fight. Watched Game of Thrones, and pretty much just relaxed.
Pretty much just what?
Just tried to relax as much as I could, man. I'm exhausted.
Oh, God forbid you relax.
Yeah, no, I know, dude.
No, I know you feel. I mean, I'm not rigorous in the training and cooking like you are, but I'm just as exhausted with all the studio work and stuff. This weekend for me was literally just slowly but surely repairing the damage that is all that footage from Star Wars Celebration, everything else, and it's a slow process, very 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 slow, and it's real tedious. I did edit a couple of things that are going to be coming out soon. A few lost episodes are actually ready to be uploaded, but I'm still wondering whether I'm going to put it on Vibe Studios or on the Geek Bros YouTube. I'm not sure about that yet. But yeah, pretty much editing. But I found some time to go to the beach with my mother and my offspring on Sunday. It was fantastic. We went to the taco spot. I had a blast there. I enjoyed the burrito. I enjoyed their fries. It was hot as balls outside, and we had to sit in the sun because we didn't want to wait. So of course, if anybody knows me, I am a sweater, and I was just drenched. It was so bad that the hostess had to talk to the guys to bring out an umbrella to put over our table because I looked absolutely miserable. I told them I'm good. I'm just really 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 sweaty. So they actually pitied me. But we had a good time. We ate a lot. I did not fast that day. There was just no point. So it felt good. So that's it for our weekend.
All right. So, what's going on with the Geek Bros?
Well, if you, I did upload the last week's video recap last night. It's late. I know. I'm just so busy. I'm trying my best. What did we do? Are you free? Oh, I thought you froze for a minute. I was like, oh damn, there it went again. What was the other thing that we had to do? The Sonic one. I'm not even joking. The Sonic one is done, guys. I just haven't uploaded it yet because I have to do the description and the whatever. It's gonna go up tonight or tomorrow. I promise. It is done. It is completely edited. I just haven't had the time. But I got a hold of course, Darflex, myself, and Joe Taro to react to God, what trailer just came out? The Spider-Man. No, not Joe. Yeah, Joe Taro, Garbanzo, and myself. No, it's just Joe Taro and me. Garbanzo sent me stuff from the cruise. That's what I wanted to say. Garbanzo, he's rocking it on a cruise right now with his lady friend. So he's having a good time. That's why he's not here today. But he is sending us some. So you're gonna mess your hair up, dog. Oh, or not? Damn. That's some good hold or whatever it is you put in your hair. So he is sending us a bunch of cruise videos. I'm probably gonna edit those and throw up on the Instagram so you guys can see that. So look forward to that. First set of Google mobile videos that is coming in the future. Where the Geek Bros. For instance, Flex, if he wants to record something while he's at his UFC stuff and he wants to do whatever, he'll send it to me. I'll edit it and I'll put it up there as a Geek Bros on the go or Geek Bros mobile thing exclusively on our Instagram. So look forward to those in the future. Small videos, nothing crazy, just day-to-day stuff. So get a little deeper because we all Garbanzo's got his tech geekiness. Darflex has his fitness and UFC, and of course myself, I've got the video production, video editing. So that's it for the Geek Bros. Look forward to everything else, and check out that Sonic the Hedgehog reaction video coming this week. Lex, what are you doing? You know we're recording, right?
I'm thinking about it, man.
And you're checking Skype to see what's in your eye.
Yeah, man, this camera is really good.
Is it really? I wish mine was as good.
Yeah,
all right, so that's it for the Geek Bros.
All right, so tell me, Vibe, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about the movie starting out this week. What's new in the gaming world? Video games out this week. The battle for Azeroth continues. Brought to you by Darflex. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate new DLC, a comment or a topic brought to you by Squeezy Bits. Squeezy Bits. For inebriated fitness, the CrossFit myth. If you guys know, I've been, Flex has been throwing jabs at CrossFit for several episodes, so we're going to finally get into it this time. For anime and animation invasion, it's Love, Death, and Robots Part 4 Suits. Gadgets Are Us, the 4DX Avengers Endgame Movie Experience. We actually got invited to this. We'll talk about it. And for open mic, we have the latest Game of Thrones episode review. Chewbacca actor Peter Mayhew passes away at 74. The Russo brothers are actually annoyed by Avengers Endgame box office success. Sonic the Hedgehog director promises lightning-fast makeover, and there's a conspiracy theory about this. JRR Tolkien movie review. And for myself, because Flex can't watch it, Spider-Man Far From Home mini trailer reaction. I'm going to give you just a tip of what I want to say. You're going to see the rest of it in that episode. So, with that being said, it's time for the shenanigans. Episode 63 begins now.
Yeah.
Present!
Present.
The movie standing out this week, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Ace Detective Harry Goodman goes mysteriously missing, prompting his 21-year-old son, Tim, to find out what happened. Aiding in the investigation is Harry's former Pokemon partner, wisecracking, adorable, super sleuth Detective Pikachu, finding out that they are uniquely equipped to work together, as Tim is the only human who can talk with Pikachu. They join forces to unravel the tangled mystery. So, that's what's coming out. Do you have any interest whatsoever in watching the Pokemon Detective Pikachu?
I'm super interested in watching this movie.
Are you really? Why? Please don't tell me it's because Pikachu's voice is Deadpool.
No, it's just my childhood, man. I mean, I don't play Pokemon Go like every other fag out there, but I like actually Pokemon. I've been wanting since I was a little kid, and they actually look good. They didn't Sonic the Hedgehog it. They actually made them look what they look like, just furry or scaly, whatever the skin's supposed to be like. It looks funny too. I like the trailers. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be like this blockbuster movie to go watch, man. I mean, like this, I would pay for it. I think it'll be a fun time.
Okay, so this is coming from a man who still hasn't seen Endgame yet. When would you be able to see this so we could do a mini-sode on this?
Actually, my girlfriend surprised me with tickets, so she's taking me in the morning Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah, they have this incentive at NSU for the employees. If they go to do healthy stuff and they get points and shit, and they can redeem it. She redeemed it for tickets to go see Avengers. So. Oh,
isn't that sweet? Good, fantastic. So we can actually, tell the audience to look forward to that review, right? By that time, my camera should be here, so it'll just be a matter of dragging you happy asses over here and doing a real episode. But we'll get to that. And then, of course, Detective Pikachu. I was gonna say let's do a double feature, but we can probably catch that next week sometime if you have time. But we will do that It'll be a mini-sode because I have no interest in it, only because it looks really juvenile, and I'm not digging Ryan Reynolds' voice as Pikachu. It's too deep. It's too sarcastic. And that's not what I expected. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, at least that's what it is, though. It's not like you're expecting a great movie.
That's true. You're right. Right. So I might actually like it.
Here's the thing about the trailers: they're not fooling you into thinking it's something it's not.
True.
What you see, it seems what it's gonna be. So
you know what I watched that I couldn't believe I really enjoyed was the Angry Birds movie. You guys see me wearing the Angry Birds shirt, but it's for a reason because I took my offspring to that movie thinking this is gonna be absolute garbage, and I loved it. I laughed so hard. It was the funniest thing I'd seen that year. So you're probably right. I'm gonna go see it. We'll go see it, and we will review it for you guys. And if you guys don't want us to review it, please tell us so we don't have to go. That'd be great. You know what? I wonder if they're gonna have a special Pokemon drink at AMC, like the Thunderbolts or the Hydro Pump.
Ooh, the Hydro Pump would be good.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So we're moving on to what's new in the gaming world. Video game is out this week, presented to you by Darflex.
Flex. Okay, so this week starts what on the 6th. Today's the 8th. So
Sure.
perfect. So we have May 7th. We have Brief Battles coming out for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. We have Shakedown Hawaii for the PSC, PS4, Switch, and the PS1 Vita. May 7th still, we got Puyo Puyo Champions for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. May 8th, we have Frame, Dragon's Odyssey, PS4, PS Vita, and the Switch. We have May 9th, we have Yakuza Kiwami 2 for PC. We have Masquerada, Songs and Shadows for the Switch. Now, May 7th, 9th, and 10th, respectively, for PS4, Switch, and Xbox One, we have For the King. May 8th, we have Infected Shoulder.
Infected Shoulder?
Shelter.
Oh, Shelter. I was going to say, what is that? What game is that?
Yeah. May 9th, we have Life is Strange 2, Episode 3, Wastelands for the PC.
Oh,
PS4.
God help us.
You don't like that one?
Life is Strange? Do you know what that's about?
The little green monster, no?
No, Life is Strange is about this friggin' chick who can reverse time like half.
Yeah, screw that. Okay, so we got May 10th, Saints Row the Third, the full package, which is an expansion to the. It's the third installment of the third game. The third game has had about 3. All right, then we have May 10th as well. We have Reverse Crawl for the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Lovecraft's Untold Stories, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And that is it for this week, actually. May 10th.
Wow, that's a simple week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Darflex. Let's move on to your next part, the Battle for Azeroth. I want you guys to know that I enjoy what's new in the gaming world because it gives me time not to talk because it's 2 things in a row that Darflex has to say. So, Flex, I see only top lip. You gotta, yeah, you go, or something like that. That's better. See, appreciate you. The Battle for Azeroth continues. Carry on.
All right, excellent. So, crap, what happened? I just had it pulled up. Give me 1 second. I don't know what's going on.
See, it's happening to you too. We're being sabotaged.
So in the Battle for Azeroth, if you're playing the expansion, we have a new raid called the Crucible of Storms. It's a long-submerged evil stirs beneath the shrine of the storm in Stormsong Valley. Whatever nightmarish horrors and eldritch creatures lie within the Crucible of Storms, one thing is certain. They must stop.
Did you say horrors or whores? I heard whores.
Yeah. Well, okay. Whatever. It seems like a pretty sweet raid. You go in there, killing some of the minions of the old gods, so that's gonna be cool. Then we got some new in-game rewards. We have faction-specific mounts. If you're a horde, you get a Bloodflame Charger, which is a pretty sweet-looking horse. Normally, you don't get horses for the horde. And then you get an Ironclad Frostclaw, which is a wolf. Normally, the wolf is for the horde, but the Alliance will be able to switch mounts, so that's gonna be pretty cool. And other than that, it's actually it's been a smooth ride. I'm still leveling up my rogue goblin. So if you guys want to jump in, join our guild, we have a lot of money. I'll hook you guys up. It's pretty sweet. I want to really get into the PvP. Well, you know what sucks? So now in the new expansion, or just the way Warcraft is going on, before you were able to play in PvP server, then you just attack any opposite faction dude you see. Now you have to actually switch on or enable PvP. I always have my PvP enabled because I want to go slaughter some bitches, but it sucks. It's so frustrating when I'm in Ashram Vale, which is a contested area for the Horde and the Alliance. It's for the Night Elves and the Orcs to kind of meet. And I see these little shits just running around like, la, 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 like these Night Elves and these killing the Horde NPCs. I'm like, oh my God. And they're like 20 levels lower than me. And like, I could one-shot these guys, but they don't have their PvP on. And they're just literally walking around spitting in my face because they know I can't kill them, but absolutely murder them. So that's really frustrating. Blizzard, please change that. Like, if you
Okay.
go to a PvP server, you should not have the option to not be PvP in a PvP server.
That's
Unless you're in some kind of area where that's allowed. You know, there's certain areas where it's kind of like a truce. There's like truce areas.
right.
To go to. Also, I want to say something. Actually, it's a correction from last week's episode. One of our female listeners, this chick, you know who you are, you little bitch. So this don't worry.
Why did they send us an official something to read out?
I don't know. So I was talking about how when you start that, you know, as you level up, you'll see world changes. And it said when you start, you can see Vol'jin. This little shit seems to have mistaken or misinterpreted my words. Because the war chief is Sylvanas. Whatever is in place for battle or after Legion is going to be in place now. But as you do the quest, you're going to see the quest ran through as if those have been happening. So yes, when you go to Orgrimmar, you'll see Sylvanas, where Vol'jin should be the war chief as your low level. But we started doing the missions, all like story missions, all the way until Legion. You do see Vol'jin. So yeah, you motherfucker, you do see Vol'jin all the way up until you level up and actually complete the world quest to change the world. But the world as it stands, if you're not doing a quest, is as the world is. So as you progress, it is going to change. But you still see, like, when I started the Goblin, I still saw Thrall and I saw Grommash. Grommash has been dead for a while. So...
Well done.
for Azeroth today.
And that is the Crucible of Storms. All right, we're going to move on to Super Smash Brothers Ultimate New DLC. Now, this is a topic requested by the audience member, the only audience member that's I guess what the ultimate listener, Squeezy Bits. This article comes from thedailydot.com, presented to us, given to us, bestowed upon us by Squeezy Bits. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate players are now fighting on giant dicks. So, Alex, if you look at the if you look at the the article, there is a level, and it's set inside a cathedral, and yeah, it's a dick and balls, you know, and the black lines are the veins.
But that's such a poorly made penis.
It is poorly made, but they're trying to hide it. You see what I'm trying to say? They're not trying to Darth flex it now. They're not trying to throw it in your face. You know, they're trying to be coy with it. So an update to the widely popular Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has led to an influx of penises after users were given the ability to create their own game stages. After the release of 3.0 update Wednesday, users perhaps unsurprisingly began to harness the game's new stage builder to draw dicks.
Can they see this?
Yeah, I can see it. Oh my god. But it wasn't until Twitter user Skykin noted that Nintendo had made attempts to code away such dick building abilities that the phenomenon truly began to take shape. Yeah, you oh my god.
That one's good.
You guys need to check out the video recap because Darflex is actually showing you guys each picture. The stage builder function, the stage builder has a function that prevents you from drawing certain shapes. The shapes include penises. Someone on Smash Bros. Developer team was paid to code and create penis detection software. Can you believe it or not? Taking the statement as a challenge, users began to flood Skyland's mentions with examples of very dick-shaped stages that Nintendo had supposedly worked hard to prevent. Most of the dick stages were basic and they were crude. And I'm looking at it. On his Twitter, all he got is a bunch of dicks, hidden dicks everywhere in all these stages. Wow, that is crazy. Oh my god, look at this one. It's got Mario with a dick. Fantastic. And a Goomba next to him.
It goes in and out like this.
It does?
It's a video. You press play. It's actually quite interesting.
Oh my god! And did you notice it when the dick extended? The guy used the water thing. It looked like it squirted out of his dick. Fantastic. That is hilarious. That's daily.com. Squeezy, thank you so much. So basically, dick detection software utterly fails to ban phallic imagery, which is a shame. The new DLC, of course, just like what that is awesome. Look at that stage. That's it? Anal. That's how we do it. We here at the Keepin of the Geek Bros do not condone anal sex. But yes, and of course the new DLC is out, and Joker is in it. I thought he gave me a link to that as well, but he didn't. So watch it, Joker at new levels. Let me reread his email, which is what he said. Squeezy Bits said, and I quote, that Super Smash Brothers just released their first DLC, which included Persona 5 soundtracks, stages, and the Joker. So check that out if you guys are playing Super Smash Brothers. I actually have it, and I have the battle pass and everything, but I haven't played it and I haven't gotten any DLC. I should check it out and give you guys a good review on it. But Squeezy Bits, thank you so much. Keep it coming. Stop yelling at us and get your ass on this screen and talk for yourself. That is what I have to say about that. And that is it for what's new in the gaming world. Inebriated Fitness. Darflex is an exercise physiologist with a BS in exercise and sports science. He is a certified CSCS strength training coach and a CISSN sports nutritionist, sports injury specialist, and currently an MMA weight cut specialist and nutritionist. That is a mouthful. Darflex, the CrossFit myth. Now, CrossFit, from what I was able to find out, promotes both physical exercise physiology and competitive fitness sports, incorporating elements from high-intensity interval training, Olympic weightlifting, powerlifting, gymnastics, calisthenics, strongman, and other exercises. Now, that sounds legit. However, you have an issue with CrossFit. Bring it home, Daddy.
Let me ask you something. If you're trying to train for something, how does putting all these into one sound legit?
It's a bunch of big words, and I thought it sounded legit. I now that you put it that way, it doesn't make any sense.
Here, first of all, it does not promote physical exercise physiology. I mean,
okay. Well, what is physical exercise physiology? What is that then?
That's not a real thing. I mean, I never heard that. I mean, exercise physiology.
Physiology. Okay, so physical exercise physiology is not a real thing.
Exercise physiology is a real thing.
Okay.
Oh, and it says philosophy. Oh,
philosophy. Sorry, did I say physiology? I meant philosophy. Physical exercise philosophy. Whatever that means.
Yeah. I'll tell you their philosophy.
Okay.
They put a great emphasis on proper form and not using it.
Okay.
CrossFit is a class. You should just stop right there, right?
Okay.
How fast you want to get to somewhere? It's a class. You're on a bus. You're all going to the same place at the same speed. You're never going to be better than anybody else. You're never. CrossFit doesn't train you for anything. It has no transferability. Sure, I'll say this. It's much better than sitting on your couch. I mean, you're going to lose weight. You're going to gain muscle, of course, because you lift and stuff. But honestly, sit there and ask yourself, unless you're going to compete in CrossFit, which is a joke, what are you training for? What? Seriously, what are you training for? I'll say this, though. One thing I do appreciate about CrossFit is the women. Pretty good-looking women there. A lot of them are a little manly, but whatever. To each his own. But I think one of the biggest thing about CrossFit, it's like a Herbalife thing. It's like they have all these super exaggerated promises and claims that really have no proof behind it, right?
Right.
It's tough to get into it, but like I said, so it has no transferability, right? Like if you get a CrossFit dude, you put him in like something like track and field, he probably won't do good in the event because he didn't train for anything. I mean, if you want to lift very light weights really fast and make it look heavy, then yeah, I mean, I guess do CrossFit. It'll train you for that. If you want to, pay for extensive medical bills later on in your life,
wow,
go ahead.
Let's get into that a little bit. Why do you say that? Because you always say proper form and hurting yourselves and burning yourself out. And explain that.
So if you're doing Olympic lifts, which are a thing in their own, why is it that the goal is to do it really, really fast a lot of times? Well,
isn't speed intervals or whatever, isn't that good? I mean, you have me doing 10 sprints, and that
I'm not loading your body with an Olympic lift that should be meant for 1 or 2 repetitions and doing it continuously at a ridiculously fast pace, ignoring all biomechanics of a proper lift.
Okay. Carry on.
You're just sprinting with your own body, something you naturally do as a human animal.
True.
I'm not throwing a fucking I'm not throwing one of your offspring on your back and telling you to sprint with you know? Just telling you, hey, go do your sprints. You're gonna have a good metabolic response. Yeah.
Okay, but for the general, the layman, okay, the common folk. I mean, they're only doing CrossFit to lose weight. I mean, is it not, designed for that?
Yes, it's not designed for it, but
Okay.
it is going to lose weight because for the common folk who are trying to lose weight, they're probably trying to lose weight because they haven't done shit in their life.
Right.
That small change is going to have a positive reaction. It's going to have a positive effect. Other than the women, one thing good about CrossFit is the same thing that's good about Herbalife. It creates a community of friends, of comrades, that you will push yourself and motivate yourself to do something because you don't want to be the odd one out who's being a little bitch and gets made fun of because you just sit back and not do everything. Everybody else is progressing with your WODs, workout of the days, which by the way is the gayest acronym ever, WOD. Yeah, go ahead and take your WOD in the face, bro. So one thing, it's also incredibly overpriced. Like CrossFit gyms are like what, $250 a month, something crazy like that, $200 a month. And if you don't go to classes, some of them charge you. Like, what the fuck?
So you have to pay to go there, and if you don't show up, they charge you anyway.
Yeah, they charge you more on top of what you're already paying.
It's
like a yeah. Again, it's just, look, man, to each his own. Like, people who do cocaine, I don't tell them not to do cocaine.
You are not comparing cocaine use to CrossFit.
Let me find something better. Let's see. Oh, it's tough. I can't find anything as stupid as CrossFit.
Okay, but for you to go to cocaine first, that means that you, in your expert opinion, your professional opinion, believe that CrossFit, it does more harm than good. Then, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Wow.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are 1%ers.
Okay.
That are doing properly and out there doing. Those are the ones you see on ESPN, right?
Right.
But just so you know, they only compete in CrossFit, at least properly, right? At a competitor level, they only do that because it's the only thing that they can do. Again, it's not going to train you, prepare you for anything. It'll help your heart rate. It'll help your cardiovascular endurance a little bit. It'll definitely help your muscular endurance because you're lifting like a lot of weight really fast for no fucking reason. But bro, I wish I could. He's a PhD in exercise physiology, and he is the president of the ISSN. A majority of his lectures while I was getting my undergraduate degree was him just talking very credible and backed shit about CrossFit.
And it was all negative?
Yeah, it was all negative, of course. Like people say, why CrossFit's going to be in the Olympics one day? Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Like, what are you competing for? What are you competing for? I mean, I guess you want to compete who has the most arthritis and like.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But look, man, if you want to go do CrossFit because you don't really do much for yourself, go for it, man. I'll tell you this: you'll make great friends. It's a little cultish in a sense, like kind of how like a vegan has to tell everybody he's a vegan. If you're a CrossFitter, your CrossFitter have to tell everybody they're CrossFitters. And if they don't, they're gonna explode. But there are positives to CrossFit, man. Like if you live a sedentary lifestyle, it's gonna get you to move because people are gonna push you to move. And also, I'm assuming if you're paying that excessive membership fee, you're gonna go right? Get home and let that money go to waste.
Oh Jesus, man, that is so funny.
So.
That is funny. That is really funny. All right. Well, final thoughts about CrossFit before we move on.
I don't recommend it. Though, if anybody wants to hire me for CrossFit, hey, man, money trumps everything, bro. Money over everything.
And that is a final word. Thank you, sir. If you want more fitness and nutrition trips or that sweet UFC style, then follow him on his Instagram. That's Darflex. That's DARTH_FLEXX. We're going to move on to anime/animation invasion, Love, Death, Robots, Part 4, Suits. A community of farmers use their homemade mechs to defend their families from alien invasion. Now, of course, I rewatched these episodes literally, not figuratively, an hour before we record, and so I have a fresh perspective. We're gonna do the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's start with the good. Darflex.
The good, I'm gonna say is the story or the plot, I guess. Right, it's a word.
Well, it's a simple plot, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. There's a beauty. It was super simple. Like, and I kind of, I liked what they put in it as far as like the characters and like the mechs and everything. I really like the animation. Actually, I like the animation a lot.
Agreed. It reminds me of some top-notch.
Like, not PUBG, Fortnite, whatever your kids play.
Yeah. Kind of like that. Like it's like something, a good cutscene you'd see on a mobile game, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know, but it was good, man. It was the whole story, beginning to end, was it had me locked in. I kind of figured it was gonna be like that. I'm like, okay, they're like getting. It was either gonna be like monsters coming from a portal, like in Warcraft, or it was some kind of like colony in space.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it felt like, and it's exactly what it was, which is pretty great.
I agree. This is by far my most. I think my favorite episode in this entire anthology is this one. This is what Pacific Rim 2 should have been. That's how I feel. Because that's exactly the feel of it. You know, it even had the same building your own mech and trying to make it work and fighting monsters. If this isn't inspired by Pacific Rim, it definitely should have been part 2. I loved it. The animation, like, I agree. I liked it. It wasn't smooth animation. You saw it. There was a little shake, a little jitter to it, and I liked that. It wasn't seamless and smooth. You knew you were watching animation, and they did it on purpose. It was a stylistic choice, and I liked it. What else did I enjoy about it? I enjoyed the back home country feel. It's just like what Flex said. The characters, they're all Southern. They had a Southern drawl. It was like, you know, Texas. Monsters coming, like a rift in Texas, and monsters are coming in through Texas. I semi agree. I thought it was on Earth. Like, I was thoroughly impressed and loved the fact that when they pulled out from the thing, it was colonies, and they're all in little bubbles, and these things are circling around them. Basically, what it's saying is that this is ongoing. They're gonna have breaches every day, every week, every month. This is never gonna end. So eventually, they're gonna run out of people. So it was interesting. It was very, very interesting. The bad.
Bad. What was the bad? I'm gonna say the bad was the tactics. Like, honestly, I mean, I understand these guys are tacticians, but that part, just me personally, bothering me. I'm like, man, a lot of this could have been avoided, bro. Like, just think better.
Well, I mean, even the youngest country bumpkin even said that, you know, we're kind of exposed. This is really the best place to be. And I don't think he didn't have an excuse. He just said we got to get as close as possible because they need to buy some time so all the families can get into the bunker. Yeah, so like, they did mention that this is a dumb idea, being all in the open like that.
No, but still, like, even when they shot their rockets, I'm like, why would you shoot it there and not there? Like, you just, you could have had much more of an impact and effect on the enemy rather than.
You're getting dressed on camera. What are you about to do?
Jiu-jitsu.
Okay. I was gonna say, look, it looks like you're about to do like some kind of Bushido or something. Okay, all right. For me, the bad, I really don't have any, and that's something serious for me. I was looking, and when I realized I'm sitting there trying to figure out what is the bad, I'm really like searching for the bad. There is no bad. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it. I have no bad, and in that case, I have no ugly either. So, Flex, ugly.
Ugly. To me, it seems like it's going to be an ongoing trend for me. Is how the creators of this show, they take something ugly and actually make it interesting. Like, I felt really bad seeing the cows died because they had kind of they looked more like people than cows. Like, they had the whole worried look and everything. I'm like, oh, right. But I didn't want it to stop.
I mean, I think it was played for laughs because when he said, "Honey, good news, I'm relocating the herd." It was only two cows and his mech hand. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, there was no ugly for me. There's nothing I have to complain about. This is actually quite perfect for me. I would watch a series on this, literally. I would watch a 13 episode series about this. You don't even give me a story. It could just be them fighting every day and herding cows, and like every other episode they have an invasion. They got to figure out a new tactic, or that they're all dwindling down. It's really interesting. I would love some backstory. Who are they? Where are they? Because he even said that his wife said, quit your job and come be a farmer and things will be great. And this is what they're dealing with. Like, what's your job? Where are you from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just like plopped you into the middle of it. And I have so many questions and I want to know so much more.
Could you imagine he's like a grand wizard from the Ku Klux Klan, and they made with blacks and Puerto Ricans and stuff like that.
And he's getting his just desserts. That's karma for you. So that's Love, Death, Robots Part 4 Suits. If you've watched it and you have something to say, by all means, email us, geekbros with a 0 at yahoo.com, GEKBR0S at yahoo.com. Let us know. I'll read it out next episode. And I can't wait for Part 5 as we are going one by one of Love, Death, and Robots. Every episode, 13 episodes, 13 podcasts, because I forgot whose idea this was, but it's fantastic. Gadgets are us. Well, the reason why I didn't put this in our audience participation is because the email actually went to my studio, not the Geek Bros podcast email. So the 4DX Avengers Endgame Movie Experience. Now, it turns movies into an extrasensory 4D experience. Endgame represents some of the best 4DX editing techniques. 4DX has 21 effects, including wind, rain, water, operational via water on, water off switch, rainstorm, fog, snow, face air, spray, scent, air shots, leg ticklers, back tickler, vibration, motion in 4 different directions, strobe, etc. And it said, we'd like to invite you to check out Avengers Endgame in 4D. Even on the second or the third viewing, this experience will completely be unlike no other. Each Avengers character will have their own signature 4D motion, like any other. Each Avengers character will have their own chair. So you have the Iron Man chair, the Captain America chair, the Hulk chair, and I think the Thanos chair. And you sit in those chairs. This actually we were literally invited to this. They only have certain locations in Florida. And one of the locations, unfortunately, is in Naples, and I was like, "Yeah, we can't go to that." And you could only go certain days, but we actually were invited to this 4DX experience, and I mean invited meaning no charge. We weren't going to be charged for it. So next time though,
hold on,
huh?
When is it?
When is it? I have to go look in the email. If you look on the thing there, oh sorry, no, it was Iron Man, Spider-Man, Hulk, and Thor. Those are different ones. I didn't cut that. I cut that off. That part of the email I cut off, but you see it right there. It's from thank you, Sarah Edge. We really appreciate it. I think we still have time, but I think it's running out. But it was only one weekend, and the closest one to us is either Naples or going up to Tampa. And I was just like, yeah, I'll throw it in there, but
not that far.
What, Naples?
Either one, yeah.
Well, Tampa's 4 hours away. Naples is what, 2.5 hours away? So you're talking about 2.5 hours of driving, and then,
2 hours.
Okay, so 2 hours of drive. That's 4 hours of round trip with a 3-hour movie. So that's. I couldn't even get you to come out just to watch Avengers locally. How am I gonna get you over to Naples for a 5-hour round trip?
That's true.
So, but I mean, I think we still have time. But thanks so much, Sarah Edge, for the email. We really appreciate it. Send us another one. I definitely want to go to the next one. But yes, that's the 4DX. So 4DX is interesting. I didn't know that exists. I know that it's something similar to, if anybody went to, what is it? Oh my God. Adventure? No.
I did one similar to this for Warcraft. There was like in AMC theaters, as you're watching it, the seats move up and down to kind of fit the angle of the camera. So like when you're looking down the dark portal, the sheets kind of go forward and it vibrates, and you have the speakers here.
Yeah, there's one similar. It's in oh my God, Islands of Adventure. What's Islands of Adventure? What's outside of that? Universal Studios, isn't it? Like the Shrek, like the Monsters Inc.
I don't know. I know Animal Kingdom has that for ants.
Oh, okay. I know that. I believe, I'm quite sure it's Monsters Inc. and it's something similar. It's a big screen and you get stuff flies around and you feel it in your face, as she said, and so it's good. I'd love to try this out. Hopefully we get invited again. But 4DX experience, and if we do try it out, or if any of you have tried out the 4DX experience, email us. I like it. You like the hat? You guys need to watch the video recap and see what I'm wearing on my head. I found something.
That hat, bro.
I do?
Joe hates that hat.
Joe hates it? because it's the stuff of nightmares. That's why this is his worst enemy or his worst fear. But I found it in my offspring's room, and I said, I'll just put it on. Why not? Because I didn't want to brush my hair. I wasn't feeling. My hair was jacked up before I got it. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I didn't want to brush it back. So we're moving on to open mic. This was a Joe Taro thing, and you guys, I don't know if you want to give a quick review of the last episode of Game of Thrones. It's up to you.
Everybody dies.
Is that true, or is that just your?
Okay, so the last review was very frustrating because, again, very stupid things were made like a real person. Not, I'm saying like out of fantasy, just a real logical thinking human would not have made those mistakes. Daenerys is becoming a fucking bitch, and she's like,
oh goddamn, and
she's not listening. She's being a cunt. So instead of letting us, okay, so they win the Battle of Winterfell, and they beat the White Walkers and so on. They lost a lot of people. A lot of people were injured. Daenerys decided not to give them time to rest and decided to march on King's Landing. Huge mistake, by the way. Even though she was advised by her advisors to do otherwise. But being the fucking gigantic bitch she is, she...
Understood.
Then she flew with her dragons overseas. Then the Iron Fleet, not the good one, but the bad one, led by Huron Greyjoy, killed one of her dragons, like instantly, like without even a fight, which is crazy because she's flying, a couple hundred feet or in the sky. I'm like, how do you not see these ships coming? One of her dragons gets shot by this special scorpion spear. He gets killed, which obviously could have been avoided. 1, by resting. 2, by flying higher, or maybe not putting your dragons out there so everybody could fucking see them. And then she decides to charge all the ships that are all on these scorpions. Only in the front, mind you. Only in the front. Okay? Only in the front. She decides to charge them head on. And they all start firing on her. Luckily, they dodge it and miss. But, if she wasn't such a fucking ridiculous cunt, she could have just flew behind the ships and burned them all because they were only positioned in the front and they can't turn to shoot her. But, I don't know. I mean, her being the ignorant bitch she is, she just...
You have some hate right now. You need a hug.
I used to love her, but she's just making so many mistakes from being power hungry. She has this whole "I'm a woman and I need to be queen" thing. So everybody's kind of her enemy because she feels entitled, especially even more so because she is a queen or wants to be a queen. She's not a queen. She has no claim.
Yes, queen.
Jon Snow has the more legitimate claim to the throne, being a Targaryen. And then after that, her whole fleet gets destroyed. And they capture one of her best friends, Missandei, which is Grey Worm, the general of the Unsullied, his girlfriend. He has no penis, by the way, so...
Understood.
They cut it off. Penis on balls.
Eunuch. He's a eunuch. Or is that a eunuch? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I guess. Cersei captures her. Then they go try to ask Cersei to surrender. Daenerys does, right? And she brings her whole Unsullied army, or a majority of her army, in front of King's Landing, and her dragon, the King's Landing, they're maybe 100 yards away from each other, right? The wall of King's Landing and her army and her dragon. The wall is loaded maybe every 15 yards with scorpion, ballistas, and archers. So in my head, I'm like, okay, first of all, Daenerys, you're a dumb bitch. Then in my thought, if I was Cersei, I would just unload everything, kill her army, kill her fucking dragon, because she's stupid. She deserves it. If that would have happened in the show, I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit, you deserve it. But instead, Daenerys requests that she surrenders. Cersei surrenders. While she's up there, Cersei has Missandei, and then she says some BS to her little brother, the midget Tyrion, and then she looks at Missandei and says, "If you have any last words, this is the time." And then the mountain cuts her fucking head off in front of everybody. And by the way, Missandei is by far the hottest black girl I've ever seen in my life. So it is a hard loss, dude. It's the hacker from Fast and the Furious.
My god, she is fine.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then so she cuts her head off. Her body falls like fucking 50 feet from the air into the floor. And then Grey Worm turns like, "Oh my girl, no!" And Daenerys just gets really angry and turns around. I'm glad they did that because that's actually pretty good writing in my opinion. I mean, it's not that it's lazy. It's pretty obvious writing, but it's good that they did it. Like, yeah, this is how you start a war. But also, it's like, man, Daenerys deserves it because she's been so stupid in her tactics. And then the episode ends. Yeah, it seems like they're gonna go to war in the next episode. Being there's only 2 left, so they're gonna have to wrap it up pretty quickly.
All right. Well, that still does not entice me to watch this series at all. But I'm glad.
Like boobs.
If I like boobs, I mean, come on. All right, moving on. Chewbacca actor Peter Mayhew passes away at 74. Now I'm gonna ape this because from the actual the May the 4th special that I did, I actually wrote some stuff here, so I'm gonna read that out. Peter Mayhew was an English American actor born May 19th, 1944, Barnes, London, United Kingdom, and stood at a height of 7 feet 2 inches. Best known for portraying Chewbacca in the Star Wars film series. He played the character all the way to his live-action appearance in 1977 to 2015's The Force Awakens before his retirement. And that is Peter Mayhew. This article comes from TheWeek.com. Harrison Ford, George Lucas, and others pay tribute to Star Wars Chewbacca actor. The tribute began to pour in as Mayhew's Star Wars family after his death was announced, including from franchise creator George Lucas. He states, Peter was a wonderful man, Lucas says, as he tells the Hollywood Reporter, He was the closest any human being could be to a Wookiee. Big heart, gentle nature, and I learned to always let him win. He was a good friend, and I'm saddened by his passing. Harrison Ford mourned his loss of his trusted co-pilot. I'm really tired, guys. Sorry. He told BBC News, "We were partners in film and friends in life for over 30 years, and I loved him." On his official Twitter page, Mayhew's family responded with a big, heartbreaking paraphrasing Han Solo's line, "He knew." Mark Hamill celebrated Peter Mayhew as a big man with an even bigger heart who never failed to make me smile, and a loyal friend and a loved friend. While Billy D. Williams wrote, Mayhew, much more than Chewie to me, I will miss you, my dear friend. Lucas President Kathleen Kennedy also noted that Mayhew's performance as Chewbacca was absolutely integral to the character's success, and added that she was impressed by his kind, gentle nature. Ryan Johnson calls him a true legend. J.J. Abrams says he's a sweetheart to work with, and he's been deeply missed. So, I mean, it goes on and on and on. Excuse me. His Twitter actually just blew up with the hashtag "We miss you," R.I.P. Peter Mayhew, and "We miss you, Chewie," and it was fantastic. I read all of them actually, and it was really nice. Everybody, even we threw up in there. We actually showed up in one of their lists, believe it or not. So, there goes another one. As another one bites the dust from Star Wars. I mean, Flex, we are getting old. If our beloved actors from our beloved series are dropping now, it's
like it's sad, but I'm never really that connected to not to Chewbacca, yes, but not the actor, because we still have Chewbacca. We got the young guy, but when I saw that scene in The Empire Strikes Back when Darth Vader takes Han Solo, and he accepts that he's going to be taken and frozen. And while he's in cuffs, he looks at Chewie and he says, "The princess, you have to take care of her."
Yeah.
So I saw that because she's dead too. So I was like, oh, man, that one really got me.
Oh yeah, because
now
I get you.
It's like, man, fuck.
All right. So, share your best memory of either Peter Mayhew or Chewbacca, and email us geekbros@yahoo.com, and we will do our own tribute to Peter Mayhew if you guys want. Totally up to you. Next topic: the Russo brothers are actually annoyed by Avengers Endgame's box office success. This article comes from yahoo.com/entertainment, and director Joe Russo has admitted that he's actually annoyed by the huge box office success of Avengers Endgame, as he believes it takes away from the conversation of what the film is actually about. So he goes, "I have to be honest with you, I'm almost disappointed the movie did so well. Because it's like the box office story is literally dominating the conversation. It's not, and that's not the most interesting part of the story." So basically, he continues on, when you're charged with writing the final chapter of the book and executing it, our hope was that with our favorite story, you'll always want to, to end in the best part in the best way. And he thinks that the fact that it's doing so well is outshining the fact that this is the culmination of what, 10, 11 years, 22 movies, a big story. And that's really what should be the story, is that, where these characters go, Iron Man's struggle, his journey, Captain America's struggle, his journey. So what do you think about that, Flex?
I don't know, man. Like, so maybe don't be upset.
Well, do you get what he's coming from? Like he's the director. It's his vision. It's he executed a story, and I would love to be praised for the visuals, the acting, the direction, the plot, even the story elements. But all everybody cares is, oh my God, it made $2 billion in 11 days. That's huge. So I guess what he's trying
to.
That
is true, yeah. Because honestly, it's like me in this what I do here where I'm at now.
Right.
Oh, I don't get paid shit. Like eventually I will, but if you go into something you love, expecting to be rich out of it, you're pretty much destined to fail. So I can kind of sympathize with that. Like, yeah, you're successful in that. That's getting you money, but you're not in it for the money. You're in it because this is your craft. This is your art.
Exactly, the craft.
You want the world to remember you by. Now that you made $1 billion, you want to remember that, yeah, this is the guy who brought the Avengers to life. This is what he gave us. Like, I want people to look at me like, hey, this is the guy who molded champions that we see today. So, obviously, yeah, money's great, but
of course, but money doesn't buy happiness, allegedly. All right.
That way I do get it.
So we're gonna move on to Sonic the Hedgehog director promises lightning fast makeover. This article comes from Yahoo.com/entertainment. He promises this lightning fast makeover because of online backlash. Well, that was fast. Days after moviegoers got a glimpse of Sonic the Hedgehog in the video game character's upcoming live action, director Jeff Fowler has indicated that major changes are in store for Sega's Super Speed Critter. Responding to the social media backlash over Sonic's appearance with his uncanny human teeth, singling out your special circumstances or whatever, Fowler took to Twitter with a promise. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes? It's gonna happen. So he actually tweeted out, "Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be." So, yay, the nerds win. We finally get changed and they're hearing us. But a user on YouTube, and it's unfortunate because I lost the clip. I can't find it in my history. I don't even know which screen name I was on when I watched it. But he says this is all part of design. They said that in this culture now, where there's always criticism about certain movies and how things look, and how actually most of the directors are just saying, screw you, suck it up, stop being a little bitch, that they took it a different approach. They purposely made Sonic look like crap, knowing they were going to get backlash because they always already had the way he was going to properly look. And this is all a publicity stunt. When I listened to the concept of that, I was like, well, yeah, if he's gonna say days later, yeah, we're gonna fix it, does that mean that they already had it fixed and that they put this trailer out on purpose just to get for publicity? For the phrase, the phrase, there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's all good. It's word of mouth. And so not only did you put out a bad trailer, everybody's talking about it, but then you said, you know what? We respect you, the fans, and we're going to respect you, and we're going to change this for you. Thus, turning the bad publicity into good publicity, and now everybody's going to want to watch the movie. That is a conspiracy theory about that. And when I heard that, I said, that kind of makes sense. How do you feel about that? It's all a stunt.
So, have you seen the fan art of it? That looks really good.
It looks legit, yeah.
I can almost believe that they put that out themselves.
Yep.
To push for that and be like, oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, we actually made this, so here you go, bitches.
Yep. I believe it. I believe it. It makes sense. I'm just like, yeah, that's some smart PR. You're turning all the negativity against you. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see how quickly they fix it and how quickly they throw out another trailer showing it's fixed, and you'll be like, that CG was done pretty fast. So I am quite interested. So if you guys believe in this theory, or you like Sonic the way he was, or you agree that Paramount is just doing the right thing and getting it out there, email us geekbros with a zero GEKBRO0S at yahoo.com, because I'd like to hear from you. So with Darflex and all the other absentee geek bros that are missing in action. All right. So last week we talked about how JRR Tolkien's family did not appreciate or condone or support the biopic Tolkien. Now, Darflex, you actually watched the movie. I did not, and you told us in our group
I
text.
watched the movie. I just watched an extended trailer.
Oh, you did? I thought you said you watched the movie. So why? I mean, in the group text you said, now I can see why the family doesn't agree with it. Why did you come to that conclusion?
Because the movie's not out yet. It comes out tomorrow, no?
Oh, I don't know. Is this a movie in the theaters?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So why did you send a text message saying that you understand why the family doesn't approve of the biopic?
So I'm a huge fan of Tolkien's work. Actually, the main reason why I have the minor I have is because of JRR Tolkien.
What's your minor?
Folklore and mythology.
Understood.
Yeah. So I was looking at the trailer, and it seems like they're gonna really exaggerate his service in the war. And I'm not saying he didn't do the stuff he did. It's just like to me. It seems like, wow. Are we watching Saving Private Ryan, or are we? I'm not sure how much of the movie will be that military part, but that was a little bit too much for me. Also, it seems like his romance. I think the issue that his family had with it was his actual partnership or his romances with the woman. There's one movie that I've seen that did that and actually came out pretty well. That's The Theory of Everything, the story of Stephen Hawkins. Mm-hmm. And I think it was great because actually his success is directly correlated to the way his relationships went. Now, I don't know. It's just I did see a glimpse of the movie where he's seeing tanks and stuff, and like when he sees the fire, he sees a dragon, and that's what inspires some of his writing, which is great. And you see like the men charging, and then he also pictures. You see a vision of Gandalf, going against I think it was a Balrog, or just riding to see some orcs. I just feel like we're gonna have. Yes, it is a biopic based on his life. But I think we're focusing on things that are not really what made him what he are. If that makes sense. Like, I don't want to see his relationship as much. I want to see some of it. I don't want to see too much of his time in the World War I, which was the trench warfare. I can't. And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, don't quote me on this. I could be wrong, but I believe his job in the military was something around the realm of communications, or not comm as we see it today in our war, because comm in our war is pretty dangerous, because obviously, but because back then they didn't really have comm like we do now. I believe something around, I think he might have been a postal clerk, right? And I mean, back then everybody saw action because it's World War I. There was no technology to keep you safe, but it just seems like it's going to be too much. What I envision JRR Tolkien, from what I've heard and heard from his son and everything, is, he sat in the trenches, not necessarily in the front lines, but he would sit there and just to pass the time. He would write. When he would be back in the forward operating base, or whatever they called it back then, doing his postal service stuff, whatever, he would sit there and write. He'll have his little notes and everything, this and that. And then, honestly, I just hope a majority of the movie takes place when he's older, and I don't think it's going to. I mean, if you look at anything J.R.R. Tolkien, it's that grandfatherly figure with the pipe there, like this, smiling with the Hobbit and stuff. Like, almost everything you see of him is that. You rarely see anything of him young except his military picture, the slim guy with the mustache. I don't know, man. Like, watching this, it's just... Very few movies do biopics well. I think one was The Theory of Everything was pretty good, and one that you and me saw, which was Bohemian Rhapsody, I think.
Oh my God, that made me cry. Yeah.
like that kind of stuff, you know. And I just don't think this is gonna be it. But I don't think my reasons are the reasons why their family don't like it. I think them is just purely based on his relationship, his romantic relationship and involvement. I think that's probably just it for them. But I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. I mean, I'm a huge Tolkien fan, huge fan of Lord of the Rings and just everything. Matter of fact, I'm actually rereading Lord of the Rings in Portuguese.
Oh my God!
I think it's interesting doing it in a language that I'm really not familiar with. You know.
Oh, fantastic! Well, so you're going to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe when you watch it, you'll give us a little review. I don't think I'm going to watch it. I'm not. I like Lord of the Rings, but I'm definitely not a Tolkien fan like that. I just like the movies.
Or something, or do your little fire stick thing.
Yeah. No, there you go. You're right. Allegedly. All right, we're gonna wrap things up with the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer reaction. It's gonna be just me because Flex is not allowed to watch that trailer, and I can't really say much, so you're not gonna get much out of this except for when you watch the reaction video that I'm gonna be editing and posting eventually. Reaction. It was funny. I like the fact that I think it's gonna be a lot more Nick Fury than I thought. I think Nick Fury's role is gonna be just as prominent as he was in not even the Avengers, but in not Civil War. What's the word? Winter Soldier. I think he's gonna be just as prominent as Winter Soldier. I thought maybe he was gonna do a cameo and disappear, but it doesn't look like that. Mysterio, I didn't like Jake Gyllenhaal at first, but when I heard him speak and he gave me a little Prince of Persia action, I was like, okay, I like that. And I actually liked the Prince of Persia movie, by the way. That's a guilty pleasure of mine.
It was actually it wasn't bad.
It was. I mean, and the chicken, it was slamming.
When they came out, I was a kid, and I was still into Prince of Persia, like the video games.
I never played the video game. I just liked the trailer. The trailer seemed.
The first Xbox game ever was Prince of Persia.
Never played Prince of Persia. I just thought the trailer looked stunning, and the girl in it was slamming hot. Yeah. And I watched it. And that movie, if I could watch it right now because it's a guilty pleasure one. It's funny. It's cute. I like the back and forth between Destin or whatever his name is, and whatever the heck that priest lady girl is, and she was fine. Anyway, I digress. I like that there is a funny part between I guess you can call her MJ, I don't know, whatever, and Peter. That was really funny. They showed Peter threw some shade at the cops, which is really funny. Peter, it begins with Peter breaking up, I believe, a robbery or something, and he's sick with his Iron Spider suit, and the cops go, so you're gonna be Spider Iron Man Jr., and he goes, no, I can't do that. I have to do you guys' job. And they go, oh, he goes, no, I'm just joking. I'm going on vacation. Take care. And so that was pretty fun. I liked it. It's a fun trailer. Actually, Happy looks like he's gonna be a little bit in it too. It looks like he's gonna be in it just as much or more than he was in the first movie. So I'm on board.
We saw him in Chicago.
Huh?
We saw him in Chicago.
Who's we? When?
Happy? Jon Favreau?
We saw. Oh yeah. He was on stage. Sorry, I'm thinking like, did we bump into the guy somewhere? Yeah. It's funny because he must have lost weight between filming Spider-Man 2 and being on stage because he looks a little bit bigger in this trailer than he did on stage. He looked, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for this movie. It's the bookend of Phase 3, and the Infinity War gives you a good little fallout. It looks like fun. I'm excited about it. I don't think Aunt May is going to be in it very much because, of course, he's going away. And spoiler alert, I think they're introducing the multiverse in this movie, and that's going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, they're giving the hint, just a tip of the idea that Mysterio is actually from a different Earth. So,
do you remember that? I forgot where I read it, but they were saying that at one point they proposed that in the multiverse that they would bring in Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and then they said no because it would confuse the fans. And then it's the picture of Krennic like, we were on the verge of greatness.
Yeah,
everything.
No, but it looks like.
I mean, they did put in a little bit of Tobey Maguire because when they did the intro to like the older Peter Parker, it was him when he was emo and doing the little dance moves and stuff.
Well, they said originally that the Tobey Maguire one, the one with the blonde hair and the one that died in it, spoiler alert, that was supposed to be voiced by Tobey Maguire, and I forgot why they chose not to do it. I think it was also the same thing, confusion. They didn't want people to think that that Miles Morales existed in that Spider-Man verse, so they chose not to use his voice, and they used the other guy, James C. Kirk, I forget his name, instead. So that was actually the idea. I believe Into the Spider-Verse, and if they're really doing this with Spider-Man: Homecoming, it's also going to be Far From Home. It's going to be Sony's way of being able to drag Tom Holland out of the MCU and throw them into their Venom use or whatever, and potentially bring all. Can you imagine? The Spider-Verse, and you have Miles Morales, you have Andrew Garfield. Listen, that movie would make so much money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sony needs to get off their ass.
That's it.
You're right. Sony needs to get off their ass. That would make so much money if it was the Sinister Six versus the Spider-Verse. I mean, give me a break. You need to do it. You can translate all those animated characters from Into the Spider-Verse into live action people, okay, and just do it, okay. We approve. So that's it for Keeping Up the Geek Bros episode 63. Before we go, don't forget you can follow us on Instagram. That's GEEKBR0S. Twitter, GEEKBR0S. Our email, geekbr0s@yahoo.com. Facebook.com/geekbr0s. Listen to us weekly on Wednesdays, because that's our sweet spot. At WeBeGeeksPC.com, the first place to listen to the Geek Bros before it spreads out into the universe. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Spotify, iHeartMedia, iTunes, every other place that we have. There's a couple of places that are there. And then if you want to watch these episodes, which a few of you actually do, which I find surprising, because a podcast should be listened, heard, not seen. But youtube.com/VibeRev Studios, VibeRevStudios. Now, I am putting tags in there, Geek Bros, GEKBR0S, in the tags, because I've been asked. They're saying that it's hard to look it up because that's the only thing different. So, which is why I'm working on a YouTube channel. It's coming, guys. Give me a break. I'm working on it. But yes, that's VibeRevStudios, or just go to the website, VibeRevStudios.com. It's always there. You just click it and you'll bring up the playlist. It's literally the easiest way to either bring up our second easiest way. Because if you want the podcast, you go to Weeby Geeks. But if you want a podcast and a video recap, the easiest way is to go to VibeRevStudios.com. Click the link. You'll see it. It'll bring you right to the page. Everything's there for you. It's all itemized. Or you can even go to Pinterest. The Vibe Studios Pinterest is also all itemized there too, believe it or not. Shameless social media promotions. It's just the two of us.
YouTube. When we have the Geek Bros YouTube channel, are they going to... what?
It's already there.
Okay. So are they going to be able to view our previous episodes on that channel, or do they still have to go to Vibe Rev Studio?
That's what I'm doing. I'm actually creating a backlog. I'm not uploading the old videos on the YouTube channel. What I am doing is creating a playlist, and it's going to stream from the Vibe Studios channel, but it's going to be there. But I'm dividing them up into mini-sodes, season 1, season 2, Keepin Up the Geek Bros, season 1 and season 2. We actually are in season 2 right now, and it is a pain in the ass to do that. I think in a perfect world, the very last videos of Geek Bros to be uploaded to Vibe Rev Studios YouTube is going to be the Star Wars Celebration. That'll be the bookend of season 3 of Geek Bros, and then we're going to start season 4 on the new channel with a new look and everything like that. So I'm working out with all of that, guys. I'm telling you, the reboot is coming, but you're going to give me some time. So I'm actually right now, every once in a while, going back to the thing and going to season 1, putting all the links, season 2, putting all the links, season 3, putting all the links, unboxing, and anything else, any mini-sodes, and Keepin Up the Geek Bros. You guys have to understand, Geek Bros has over 200 videos. It's a lot of videos, a lot of episodes, a lot of many things. We've done a lot in 2 years, so it's taking me a minute. But once it's up and running, you guys will see the best itemized look at the Geek Bros ever, and you'll see that my hard work paid off. So yes, that is coming soon. I'm hoping for this summer we'll have it all launched, and I'm gonna have a fantastic thing. Squeezy Bits, I know you're listening. I'm going to borrow your sweet cinematography skills, because I want you to film our badass intro. I have an idea. I have a blocking idea, and it would just be easier for me to participate and then edit it at the end than to do all of it. So you, my friend, are going to be tapped to record, because it's going to be based upon that video that Darflex showed me, and I loved it. It's got to get The one where he's circling around you and you're like,
Oh yeah, in fucking
in slow
Windward.
motion.
Gangster, dude.
Hell yeah, I want to do that for us, but at 3 different locations. I'm trying to secure the friggin' airport that and to borrow 2 stylish cars, but they're giving me a hard time now because it's like, oh, I thought it's for like, a commercial. Like, no, it's not. It's not for commercial. It's an ad for my web series. And like, oh well, I said, come on, it's gonna be good. I'll put you in there anyway. Whatever. So, shameless promotions. Darflex is only 2 of us. Break it down for us, Big Daddy.
All right. Well, you can find me for any UFC or for any related stuff at on Instagram at DarthFlex. That's Darth_FLEXX. You can also find all of the fine woodcrafting stuff, which I haven't done much, updated much. You can still see my previous work as well as that beautiful tanker behind Vibe at Inebriated Craftsman on Instagram. Just type that in. You'll find it. I'm the only thing anywhere near with that name, so it's not hard to find. It's a picture of me drinking a beer. Can't miss it. On Instagram, you can find me at DFP or Darthflex Performance. Again, for more exercise physiology, nutrition, weight cut, and UFC-related things. Keeping up with the UFC fighters, our current champions, which, just so you know, our Gym American Top Team has produced some of the most champions in the world for the UFC, Bellator, PFL, Ryzen, ONE FC.
No big deal. No big deal.
And no big deal.
No big deal. All right. And of course, you guys can.
That's Tyron Wilson.
Oh, look at that! Look at that. WWF. Let me stop. And of course, you can always follow me, Vibe, your fantastic and if not chatty host. That's at VibeRev Studios. That's the Twitter, the Instagram. You can email at viberevstudios@gmail.com. Definitely check out the Facebook fan page, facebook.com/viberevstudios, and the studio website is viberevstudios.com, VIBEREVSTUDIOS, to see all the Geek Bros stuff, all the podcasts that I'm producing, all the web series that I'm producing. There's so much more, and there's something for everybody there, so check it out. With that being said, I'm Vibe.
Darthflex.
And geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the...
Yes. So, we were done. We're not done yet. Jotaro was so enthralled by this last episode of Love, Death, Robots, he damn near cried and begged that I jump back on the podcast and record his reaction to Love, Death, Robots Part 4, Suits. Jotaro, you handsome little girl. Take it away.
First of all, sorry folks for coming in rather late. My of course, my job prevented me, I should say, from enjoying this wonderful podcast, which I'm very, very pissed that I missed practically all of it.
The entire thing, yeah.
Yeah, the entire thing. So anyway, with that being said, thank you, Vi, for having me chime in on this episode.
I appreciate you, and I make sure that if you really want to get in there, all you have to do is beg me.
That did not sound appropriate, but I'm going to take that in a different way.
Jotaro allows it.
Allegedly. Anyways, this episode, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. For many reasons, but one of the reasons why I liked it a lot was because it felt like a mini movie to me. Now I know these are just like little, mini anime episodes that run for like about 15-20 minutes, if not less than that. But I enjoyed the story a lot. The animation was okay. It wasn't the greatest compared to the other episodes that Geek Bros saw so far. But I did like the storyline. I really wanted to see what would happen more, especially since towards the end they panned out to the planet that they were on, and you can clearly see that they were much more of those alien.
This issue's over.
Exactly, and it pisses me off because we're not going to see what happens.
That's what I said. I said the exact same thing. I said, dog, they dropped us right into the middle of a universe. I wanted to know how, what, where, when, and why. I wanted to know where they are, who they are. Are they from Earth? What are they doing there? Is this like StarCraft? Like, that's what really got to me. It's like, it's kind of reminded me of StarCraft in a way. And I literally said that this movie, this episode, was exactly what Pacific Rim 2 should have been about.
Yes.
That's how I felt.
Yes. I also think Charlie Hunnam should have been in Pacific Rim 2, even though his character, I think, passed away. But let's not talk.
I know that. The only thing they say he passed away. They said it. They just didn't mention him. But I don't think they killed him off. The reason why, you know why he wasn't in the movie, right?
I don't remember.
What Sons of Anarchy. He's in Sons of Anarchy. It was a
right.
Yeah, it was a scheduling conflict, so he couldn't make it in for that. That's the reason why his character wasn't in, and why he couldn't even do a cameo. I'm mad that they killed Mako. They killed Mako for absolutely no reason.
Right, they did.
Nothing. Like if they killed her, and maybe that's the reason why Jake Pentecost, or whatever his name is, decided to jump into it. I get it, but it made no sense. He just died, and I'm just like, why did you do that? For what reason?
Without no way of telling you why he died. That was.
Well, that's about it. But it was just the bad. Anything bad?
No, I actually don't have anything bad or ugly to say. I'll actually just add in the ugly as well as right now for now. Yeah. But I have to say I mean the way the story panned out, there was nothing negative about it. I mean, except for the part that the guy Jim passed away, died.
Well, I mean that's not negative. That's just like the movie wise.
But that was very. To me, I don't watching the whole thing. There was no negativity involved with the characters. Everybody was like togetherness. They were neighbors. I enjoyed it. I liked stuff like that.
See, it's funny because you missed it. You know me, man. I'm a stickler. I nitpick. I whatever. And I actually, for the first time in a long time, said the same thing. I have no bad and no ugly. You missed it. It was a monumental occasion. I literally said, guys, I have no bad. I have no ugly. I love this. This is probably my favorite episode of this whole anthology series, and I would watch 13 episodes of this, even if every other episode was just about farming. I'd watch it, waiting for the next, because I like the characters, I like the idea, and I just like just you never know. You're watching an episode, you never know when another one's gonna bust through and how big or where, and then slowly but surely you do a world building. You explain who they are, where they came from, how they got here. There was one line by the main guy, and he's like, how his wife said, quit your job and be a farmer. I'm like, that line is like, you chose to do this. You weren't stuck here. So like, what? Explain it to me. Where's the story? Like, I hope they bring it back or they explain something, but at the very least, I have that episode, and I watched it an hour before we recorded, and I was just like, dang, was it this good the first time? Holy crap. So
I watched it twice. I watched it one time. The first time I watched it was when we first started talking about we were going to do this, these reviews. And the second time I watched it was literally just like you, right before, an hour before. And I was like, dude, how did I miss this?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I know I watched it, but this is really good the second time around. I guess I just would say, you guys, if you watched Love, Death, Robots, maybe you should give it a second look, because you might appreciate it more the second time around. That's what I find to be happening with me. Even with the episodes that I'm nitpicking, I still appreciate it way more, or finding more things way more than the first time. Because of course the first time I was just watching it because Darflex told me to, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And I think I wasn't even paying attention. I was just kind of like going through it. Only by the end was I really getting into it. So, all right, thank you so much, Joe Taro. So you can throw in your shameless promotion.
Oh yes, you can find me on Twitter, thanks to Vi, because he forcefully threw me on there.
Actually, that wasn't even me. Darflex said, does Joe Taro have a Twitter? I said, no. He's like, man, he needs to get on there. So I said, okay, Joe Taro, get a Twitter now. And Joe Taro, listen, as cool as he wants to pretend, he's very submissive to my words. So I was going to say.
Well, I mean, when the future stuff happens, because you know what I'm talking about. When that happens, then obviously we'll have a different...
allegedly
different
dynamic.
Exactly.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
No, I actually can't wait. I actually can't wait for that. But that's like a little tidbit, for...
Easter egg. That's an Easter egg.
Anyway, so you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter is Joe Taro, which is with 2 R's, JOETARRO, and my Instagram is Joe Taro as well, but with 3 R's.
Because he wants to confuse you guys. Because he doesn't pay attention.
Because I could not fit the 2 R's. It was taken for some reason. So JOETARRO for Twitter, and that's all I have because I'm not really a big fan of social media, but I will be on there.
Well, no, but you're rocking it out, man. I see you having fun with Twitter. Don't even lie. Right now, this guy is like, I don't even know what that is. Within a couple of days, he's posting his own crap. He's retweeting stuff. I said, wait a minute. What is this? Who is this guy? He's having a blast on Twitter, Joe
Little
Torres.
spoiler, a little secret for you. Actually, you didn't know this, and for the people who are watching, I had Twitter way back in the day.
Oh.
Because I was actually.
Wait, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. You're absolutely breaking up.
But anyway, that's about it.
I didn't hear any of that. You were breaking
me?
up. You're still breaking up.
I said, man, okay. I said I had Twitter way back in the day.
Right.
And the reason why I had it was because I was stalking somebody.
Okay.
But
is it who I think it is?
No. This was way before.
Okay. So you were crazy before the one I'm thinking about. I got you.
Right.
You know what? At least you're consistent.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to this, I guess, end credit scene of Keepin the Geek Bros episode 63. I'm again Vibe.
Jotaro.
And geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.